Hey, this is William with K-Post. Today we are unboxing a Span 48. Check it out. So once we open up this box, we have this piece of cardboard here. The installation manual is on this. This is a temporary door cover and also a drilling template, which is awesome. On the back side, you have the breaker map. So when you remove an old panel on a retrofit installation, what you can do is write down the names of the previous circuit breakers on this piece of cardboard, all right? Write down some notes. This is exciting to us because we're very adamant about properly torquing every single screw, and this gives you the torque for each one, which is fantastic. And then here's a checklist. Inside the box, we have the enclosure, the Panelboard kit, and some accessory boxes. So, take these cardboards out, and here is the Span home gateway. So, this is where the communication happens with the Wi-Fi, from span to span panel, battery communication, and also Wi-Fi. So everything happens here. So this is exciting because previously we needed additional equipment to install when communicating from span to span, but now it's just this span gateway. All right, now I'm gonna take out the Panelboard kit. This is the heaviest piece of this span panel. We'll go over this in just a second. And here's an accessory box that is inside the enclosure. And this has additional screws, cover plate for the breakers in case you remove too many, the additional screws, and an Allen wrench. And they were nice enough to give us an emergency disconnect sticker, so that's nice. And this little piece of cardboard. All right, so we've taken the enclosure out of the box. This is what it looks like. And if you've installed span panels before, you'll know that this is nice, right? Because everything is separate, not as a single unit. It is going to be easier to install, and it is NEMA 3R rated, indoor, outdoor. You can also flip it, okay? So I'll go over that in a minute. Inside, you've got these pins, which is where you install the internal Panelboard kit. And then you've got these ground lugs. You've got some here at the top right, top left, or bottom, wherever you want them. You can simply remove them, install them over here, or you can add additional ground bars if you need to. You can easily flip it over for an indoor application. And if you notice, you've got some knockouts. Previously we didn't have that, right? And you know that this metal is hard, so we ate up a lot of drill bits. So this is really nice for an indoor application. But for an exterior application, you want to make sure that the knockouts are at the bottom and not at the top, okay? Here's your cable for the lights. This will get connected to the internal Panelboard kit. Here's the internal Panelboard kit that we've taken out of the box as well. Let's open it up. So, this is what it looks like. We recommend removing the bottom piece, which is where the gateway gets installed, because there are handles behind this Panelboard kit, which is where you use it to lift up. Okay, so get a number 2 square bit and unscrew this piece. Remove it, very simple. And then you'll see the handles, one at the top and one at the bottom. We installed the internal Panelboard kit inside the enclosure. I mentioned before, it has 2 pins. So the internal Panelboard kit simply slides onto those pins on each side and then has 4 screws, okay? So make sure that you tighten all 4 screws because that's what holds the internal Panelboard kit to the enclosure. You can remove each one of these sections with this screw here, and that's where the breakers get installed. If you notice here at the top, you've got the 2 lugs to install your service entry cable. The nice thing here is that you can come up to the top or you could come into the bottom. So you can install the feeders at the bottom or at the top, which is fantastic. This is the span 48, so it doesn't have the main breaker. It's very important to note that for a span 48, the gateway needs to be installed on the bottom. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a bit. So the gateway needs to go at the bottom, not at the top. Even though the enclosure is flippable, the internal panel board kit is not on this one. It is on the span 40 MID, but not on the span 48. So here's what the internal looks like, okay? So you'll install your breakers here, and then once you've installed all of your wiring, terminated everything, then you just simply remove these tabs by moving them back and forth, okay? And then you install it back on once you have all your breakers in place. So this is where the gateway gets installed. You simply grab this cable and then you connect it to the bottom of the gateway. And then Wi-Fi gets connected here. Communication for the battery system gets connected here. And once you're done, you just snap it in place, okay? The other cool part about the internal panel board kit is that you have all of these screws for neutrals. You have them on the left side and right side. If this is a first point of entry for electrical panels, as you know, you'll need to install a ground bond that goes here, okay? This bonds the neutral to the enclosure, which is for your grounds, okay? This cable here is the connection for the lights. On the internal panel board kit, you'll see it here, it says light. You just simply connect it and you're good to go. This is the light switch. So whether you install the door to open to the right or to the left, it doesn't matter. It'll turn off the lights once the door is closed, okay? Now, you can flip the door. You just simply have to remove, or you can move the door. You just simply have to adjust the openings and the hardware so that you can install the door to the left or to the right. One of the perks about this new span panel is that it's going to take less time to install because everything is separate. I would say it's going to save electricians anywhere from 60 minutes to even 90 minutes, if not more, depending on how efficient they are. So here's what the Deadfront looks like, and you can install it. If you flip the box, it has a screw at the top or the bottom, and here's the door, okay? The Span has provided this installer checklist for you, and here's what the inside looks like. It's got the information of the Span panel. It's got a guide. The cool thing about the lights on the panel board kit, they can actually tell you what's going on. They're different colors, and this is what each color represents, which is very cool. The previous Span panel didn't have that. You also have wire size, torque here, not only on the cardboard, but also here, and then your wiring diagram. So everything that you need is here on the door. Here's the Span panel put together. Deadfront is in, panel board kit is in, the gateway, and the door. The door has 2 screws that you just simply remove, and then once you install the door, you just screw them back in. All right, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more solar-related content.